I'm Marin, and this is Post-its and Pens. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Marin, and here you will find a little beauty, a little books, and a little teaching content. So if that sounds like something you might enjoy, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around and join me in my little corner of YouTube. In today's video, I am going to take you through my October beauty budget to let you know everything that I picked up. I will share those items with you, let you know how much they cost, and in the end, total up my expenses. So let's go ahead and get into the video. If you watched my September beauty budget, which I will link up in the cards, you will remember that I went way over budget in the month of September. As such, I put myself on essentially a no-buy. So I had a very small budget to start the month of October. I had $58.30 because I had to take out what I was over by from October's budget, and it left me with $58.30. So I did pick up 3 things in the month of October that came out of my budget. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of go through those for you and let you know my thoughts thus far. One of them was a repurchase, and then the other 2 were new to me items. So we'll go ahead and start off with October 8th. I picked up this brush cleaner. It is the Boutico Solid Brush Cleanser. It looks like this. It's a lavender scent. It is a solid bar. So if you've ever used the Beauty Blender Solid, it looks very similar to that. So I had to pick that up because I used up the last of the EcoTools brush cleaner that I had, and I found this on Amazon. This was $12.69. I think it says it's 1.4 ounces. Because it's a solid, it's going to last a long time. The thing that I noticed about the EcoTools one was that I went through it really quickly because I was having to continue to squirt out more with each brush, whereas this one you can just swirl it, rinse it, swirl it, rinse it. So I think this will last longer, and I've used it once so far. It seems to work really well. So that was the first purchase in October. So that was a refill purchase. I also picked up another 3-pack of the COSRX Acne Pimple Master Patch hydrocolloid patches. I've talked at length about how these are my favorite brand. It's a 3-pack, and it's 24 patches in each pack. The thing I like about it is it comes in various sizes. So I will show you. I have been using this one. You can see it has really small ones, some bigger ones, and then the biggest ones. So you get 3 different sizes, and I just find that really helpful. They also stick on really well, even if you have like moisturizer or something on. So the 3-pack of these this time cost $11.30. The price kind of fluctuates, so it just depends on when you purchase them, but I highly recommend these. I pretty much have these in my stash at all times, and after using the Mighty Patch brand, the COSRX ones are just better. So that was a repurchase as well. That was item number 2. And the last item that I purchased from my beauty budget was a new eyebrow pencil because I had finished up the one from ABH. I had their Perfect Brow pencil, and the lead fell out of it. I couldn't sharpen it anymore. So I've replaced it with this one from NYX. This is the eyebrow powder pencil. So it does have like a pencil end on it, and then it just has this spoolie on the end, which helps kind of like diffuse it out. I still actually prefer my own spoolie to use it, but it's what's in my brows right now. I'm liking it perfectly fine. I think it works fine, and it was only $6.50. So much better than the 20-something dollars for the ABH one. Although I will have to see how long this one lasts. The ABH one lasted me a few months, so we'll see if I get the same kind of use out of this one. But because I had very little money to work with in October, I went ahead and went with the NYX one. Again, it's working perfectly fine. I've used it probably the entire last half of October and now almost the entire month of November. So it's working well. I would recommend it if you're looking for something drugstore. The only thing is, obviously, in order to get the tip to be as fine as you want, you do have to sharpen it pretty frequently. So that might not be something that you're interested in doing, but just something to keep in mind. Now, I also picked up three things that I did not count towards my October budget because they were necessities as I was traveling. So I flew down to Mexico at the end of October. If you're interested, I did vlog that a tiny little bit. I'll link that up in the cards if you'd like to watch. But in order to make packing in a carry-on only easier, I had to pick a couple of things up. So one of the things I picked up was this Pharmacy Green Clean Cleansing Balm. This is hands down my favorite, but the reason I picked it up, first of all, it is a solid. Now I've been using it obviously, but it is a solid cleansing balm, which means you don't have to put it in your liquids bag. The only other first cleanse that I had was in cleansing oil that you pumped, and there's no way to lock the top, so I did not want to travel with that. I've had oils and things leak even if I've sealed them up really tightly, so I went ahead and picked this one up. I don't remember how much this cost. I'll put it on the screen, but I did not count this towards my beauty budget because this was kind of a necessity for traveling, and obviously I will use this up without any problem. The other thing I picked up was also a necessity, and it was a facial sunscreen. I went ahead and picked up this one from Paula's Choice. This is the Paula's Choice Super Light Daily Wrinkle Defense. It is a tinted sunscreen. I picked this one up because the one that I had, which is from Supergoop, it is the matte screen sunscreen. I had to cut that open because I'm down to the point where I can't squeeze it anymore, and there was no way for me to travel with that safely. So I picked this one up. First of all, the Supergoop one is slightly taller, and because of that it didn't fit in my liquids bag. This one fit in there perfectly. I was able to stick it in this way, so I knew it wasn't going to leak out the top, and it worked perfectly fine. Again, I will use it up without any problem, so it's not something that I bought only for traveling. I can go ahead and use it up after I'm finished with the one from Supergoop, but I picked this one up as well just because if you're going to Mexico, you gotta have sunscreen, and you should have sunscreen anyway, so Anyway, I like this one okay. The texture is not my favorite. I prefer the thicker moussey texture that the Supergoop one has, but this blends in really well. It sets down really well. It does pill a tiny bit if you don't really let it dry on your skin though, so be aware of that. But basically it says it mattifies with a sheer natural tint for all skin tones. I'm pretty light skinned, so for me it works fine. It does have zinc oxide in it, and it's a SPF 30, so it's fine. I'll use it up, but this was basically something that I saw and picked up just because I knew I would need a sunscreen. Okay, and the last item that I picked up solely for traveling actually wouldn't have counted towards my budget because it is a body care item, and I do not track those in my purchases anymore, but I did pick up this little travel deodorant. Yes, it is the men's care, but y'all, first of all, men's deodorant is cheaper, and it works better. So I picked this one up. It doesn't have an overpowering, masculine scent, so it works perfectly fine. I picked this one up because the one that I have is much larger. I wanted something really tiny that would fit into my bag since I was carry-on only. Got this one at Target. It works well, and again, I will use it up without any issue. So all three of these purchases did not count towards my beauty budget, but I kind of had to pick them up just to make traveling a little bit easier for me. Okay, so that is it for October. I did a very good job of sticking to that no-buy rule, or at least only sticking to that budget. Again, it was $58.30. So at the end of October, I picked up 3 things that counted towards the budget. I spent a total of $30.49, which means I get to roll over $27.81 to November. And I'm just going to add that on to the $200 that I give myself for each month. So, honestly, sticking to the no buy was pretty easy. Again, it was only for a month, so I've not done particularly well with no buys for an entire year. I've tried it a couple of times and I kind of fall off the wagon like towards the end of the year, but this was just 1 month, so it worked really fine. And I had a budget, so I was able to buy the few things that I needed, like the eyebrow pencil and the brush cleanser and the pimple patches. So I still had money left over, which was the ultimate goal. I really did not want to spend that full $58 just to kind of rein in my spending a little bit. So now I'm back on track, and I have made some purchases in November, and yeah, that month-long no buy was perfectly fine. So anyway, that is my very quick beauty budget update. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.